Hi everybody, today I'm going to be telling you how I do little micro snacks when I'm fasting in order to not break my fast, but also not have to do just water. So technically this is not fasting, but it helps you if you're not used to fasting or you don't particularly like just doing a water diet, that you can ease yourself into it or get through it so that you can continue fasting without getting out of your fasted state or spiking your glycemic index. So I'm going to take you through what I ate in a day of fasting. There's all kinds of options and I'll do more videos about this, but this is just a quick one to show you what you can do to sort of ease into it, and or if you don't want to fast entirely but still get the amazing benefits. And the benefits are so awesome. It helps you in so many ways and is really awesome. It's just a great reset for your body, helps you lose weight, helps you heal things that couldn't heal because your body takes a lot of energy to digest. So let's get into it. So I'm going to start my morning off with some black coffee. You can have a tiny bit of creamer if you want, but black is better. And then I like to mix it up with a bunch of good drinks. I've got lemon balm and dandelion and oregano and some thyme and some mint, and I'm just going to put it all together and make a really delicious drink. You really want to drink enough before you get hungry, and then you won't be hungry as much, which is awesome. So make sure you get plenty of fluids, and you can drink interesting drinks. It doesn't have to be just plain water. It can be all kinds of 0-calorie teas or lemon water. I'm going to put some lemon in mine just for that nice lemony flavor, and I'm even going to put a tiny bit of honey. Make sure you don't spike your glycemic index by putting too much honey, but a little bit is just fine. Or you can use maple syrup if you want, just a teeny bit in there. About noon, I'm going to make some kale chips. You can check out my video on how to make kale chips. These are so delicious, and you can have a cup or two without taking you out of a fasted state. And the salt is really great for you. For dinner, I'm going to have this amazing veggie broth. Check out my video on how to make that if you're interested in making this delicious broth. Bone broth can also be super amazing and healing for your gut and so nutritious and delicious, but those often will take you out of a fasted state. So if you're wanting to maintain that, then that's not necessarily a good idea. It really just depends on what your goals are and what you're wanting to do. And then a few hours later, I had dessert, which I used cacao nips. That did not work out. What I usually use is cacao powder, and I was out of that, so I used the nips, and it was not the same thing. So go ahead and use cacao powder. You want a nice heaping tablespoon of that. We're doing like a super healthy cocoa that's gonna also satiate us. I just like to make really interesting drinks. You can just do water. That's perfectly fine to do, but if that gets a little boring and you think you can't do it, I put maca in it. It's wonderful for balancing your hormones, a really great adaptogen, and also adds a really lovely sweet nutty flavor to it. About a half a tablespoon is what I usually add. And then I'm going to put a little bit of maple syrup in. Maple syrup does not spike your glycemic index. It actually does the opposite. If you have too much sugar, you can have some maple syrup and it will help balance your insulin. And then I'm going to put a little bit of Himalayan salt to activate that sweet. And then also some hot water. You could do warm milk if you wanted, but just a little bit. And then I was a little hungry, so I had a tiny little handful of pumpkin seeds and some dried seaweed. Thanks for watching.